It's February 22nd, about 10:30 Eastern Time. We're looking at a 4-hour chart, beginning with our lows at 1802.50 and the series of measured moves that have led us into our price opening on Monday. Um, it's a good time to talk about price discovery because a lot of these on this 4-hour are difficult to come up with. In other words, in price discovery, we can't necessarily know these in advance. If we were to look starting here, you can see it's possible there was a measured move here, but we'd have to look inside of it to see if that's true. So this is the measured move we're looking at. We can see that in fact there was a measured move there that I missed. So let's just take this one out of there. And what this is, oh, I'm sorry, this is not a measured move. We took it to here and never traded down to there. So to take that analogy a little further, we can see at no time did we ever trade back into a traditional. So the point being that there's no way of knowing during price discovery in advance that you could have caught this move. Now there are some canonical traces that work a great deal of the time. They're either the traditional starting here, they could be the new low starting here. Again, this particular one, if I were to look inside of this, we'll see that after this point, we never traded down to there. So we're pretty much left with either using this, the new low, the second bar's low, or the first bar's high. And so, in a manner of speaking, we could have anticipated and traded this. It would have been difficult, but it would have been possible. So that was our first move. Our second move is from this point to this point. And we'll see that that's this right here. And that's from the extension. We traded beyond the first and second target. In fact, way beyond, all the way up to here. And so we used the extension, which would have caught this move. So then we had a gap up. And often again, either the bottom or the top of the gap will be used for an anchor. In this case, this has been used one. Get that out of the way so we can see it. One. I'm sorry, that's not right. It's been used twice. It's been used once here. So we've jumped essentially from this anchor to this anchor. You can see it was used once here, and again on Friday, it was used again right here to predict a price of 1949.60. So I'm showing this again as an example of price discovery. There's really no way of knowing this particular move. So let's see inside the 15-minute if there was a way to catch this move this morning. Okay, pull this back. These are basically the same moves. This is the one that was used on Friday to predict the same 1949.65. So you can think of the moves starting from here as helper moves that are trying to help price into here. So we have this greater move that shows up on the 4-hour, and then we have a series of moves in the 15-minute, beginning with the low on Friday that is trying to achieve this. And so we're basically tracking that progress. So let's pull that in. And I have to do something here to get that to show up as our target. Now this is the series of 15-minute helper moves that have traded. We did start with the traditional that even after this could have got you into this move on Friday. And so you can see that throughout the rest of Friday, we basically moved sideways. And there may be something that caught this, but I'm not really particularly interested in that move. And I won't backtrack. So we had a gap down on the 15-minute on the open Sunday night. And so we have the potential of catching a move either from, there's more possibilities, but let's just say this low, if we could find something that would have caught that, or either the bottom or the top of the gap. So during the evening, using the top of the gap, we have a measured move here that predicted a couple of targets. So during the night, we got pretty fluffy, but there was another place to look for a move is off of the big bar. So we had two big bars here on the Asian open. And so using the top of this bar, and this point, we were able to establish this point right here as a low exactly. The low here was 1923, and in fact, 50% was at 1923. So this proceeded exactly. We got more sideways movement here into the evening. This is midnight, right? This is in anticipation of the European Open. I would expect maybe that their futures started going up before they were open, and price started to get fluffy again. And then, using this, we had gone to the first and second target and well beyond. And so we used our extension draw right into the longer term resistance that was predicted by the lows down at the 1802 area. And so we traded right into it, and then into the open we basically had sort of a balancing area here. I had picked this as a short, so this had predicted this first target, which is hit, and the second target that is never hit. So that's gone now. So at that point, using that extension, we had the first extension, first and second target, then we used the top of that extension to highs to predict this open. And in fact, this morning we traded right down into it, and you can see we went to the first target precisely. Not precisely, but we traded into it and started to take some profits. Now, what we're looking for is something that will take us into this 1940. So far, we're not really seeing anything that sets up. We have this low here. I'm not sure what would have predicted that, and I'm not really going to worry about it. There might be some micro moves down to the 5-minute that you could use to trace this into higher. But for now, we just watch this. Since this traded into the first target, the canonical would be the same anchor to new highs, since we have not exceeded the second target, which would bring us back to here. I suspect that won't happen, and I suspect there will be some aggressive move if we are carrying into this target. We'll trade down into here, but we don't know at this point. It's just a matter of catching this long. So let's go ahead and take the right extension. This one, we want to mark this in case it gives us a trade. Put it one tick above 50 instead of 25. So we have that. And then let's go ahead and get our second target here and move that we're currently in. So we basically have an area here that we might get a trade if we got down to here. hit something else, it would basically be a price discovery. It'd be a guess. Maybe something like this, which appears to have caught this aggressive extension here, caught the move, which would take us into 1-3. So it's going. Okay, so that basically will kind of tell us what's going on. I could additionally learn this descent. This will give us some idea of what traders are doing. Okay, so we basically have some alarms here. We can walk away from this and see whether indeed this aggressive extension holds, or we're going to get retrace. Let's just see where this takes us. Second target on this takes us right to there, which is just below our target. So we'll just see how this unfolds